So now let's move to the other side. What are the other benefits that are possible if he were to leave Toronto? So yeah, Erwin, why should Kawhi leave Toronto, Canada, and the Raptors?
Well, okay. One factor that could be is it's known that Kawhi doesn't like the cold weather. How is he gonna react to the cold weather in Toronto? I know he was fine about it, with this year, but how is it gonna be like, within 3 or 4 years? Let's say they're not winning, like how they want to win. Um, in addition, going to his competitive spirits, of Kawhi Leonard, the guy's a winner. Yes, I did allude it earlier that Toronto has a legit roster to keep on competing, but there's somebody out west that that is trying to recruit, Kawhi right now. I don't know if you heard of him, Andrade. His name is LeBron James.
I heard about that rumor.
And Anthony Davis.
That'd be a crazy ass trio.
They're all right. Imagine those three get together: Kawhi, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Kyle Kuzma. Who do you think is gonna stop those guys?
No. No, just kidding.
Not nobody. God can
Yeah,
stop them. But I mean, that's what happened with the Warriors. That's what happened with the Warriors. And what I mean by God, I don't mean like you believe to what you want to believe.
No, I feel you. I
believe in the basketball gods
The
because
basketball
that's
gods.
that's what happened to
Biology could stop him.
that's well, two things can stop them: the basketball gods and Father Time. Nobody wins against that.
What about Kevin Durant and Kyrie if they were to join together? Not
That's
enough.
That's
not enough firepower.
That's not gonna cut it, man. Come on. So LeBron, he's still like a top 3 player in the NBA. Kawhi, the guy is in his prime. You arguably could say he's the best, player in the NBA right now. Anthony Davis is the best big man in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
And you got an emerging star in Kyle Kuzma. And you're playing, in the city of Angels, Showtime, all the past history,
Showtime.
and galore, of the Los Angeles Lakers. Don't you think Kawhi, would like that? And in addition, the guy's from Southern California. He's going back home. He's gonna get.
That's a big factor.
He's gonna get some rings. He's definitely gonna get some rings. And I guess you could say yes. That's gonna be like who's gonna beat them. But think about it this way. I kind of have a feeling that the Warriors are gonna come back with a vengeance after
agree.
this
I
year
agree.
with that. And man, that is gonna be one hell of a series if that happens.
So why else do you believe he should leave Toronto, or is that's your only factor?
I guess the main factor is the home factor. Because think about it, like when he was with the Spurs, like he's practically demanding a trade to Los Angeles. You think that's gonna go away, after 1 year? And the guy already did what he did already with Toronto. The guy can't do no wrong. It's like, hey, I got you guys a championship. What else you guys want me to do? I can do whatever the hell I want to do.
So you believe Kawhi should only leave Toronto if he's going to Los Angeles?
I say either Los Angeles, the Lakers, or if Kawhi really, 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 really wants to like throw a wrench in the NBA and become like the first player ever to stop three-peats. He stopped the three-peat for the Miami Heat. He stopped the three-peat, attempt by the Golden State Warriors. If he joins the Clippers, I think he's gonna stop a future three-peat attempt from the Los Angeles Lakers. And Kawhi's gonna be the first player to end 5 dynasties: the Spurs, the Lakers, the Heat, Golden State, and Toronto by leaving.
I wouldn't call Toronto.
Maybe not a
That's a
dynasty,
reach.
a future dynasty, but you know what I mean. Like,
Okay.
some championship. It's like they're gonna start calling like Kawhi from like the Claw to the NBA version of Thanos.
Okay. All right. So I believe why Kawhi should leave Toronto and Canada ultimately is that first of all, he did what he had to do with the Raptors and way more than what they expected. The main expectation was them reaching the finals, and they did that.
Oh yeah.
So then he
definitely.
exceeded that by not only taking them to the finals, but also winning the championship. So if he could leave on top and instantly become a legend in just one short year in that team, in that country, and that'll prevent any leeway of like him damaging that legacy. Because if he leaves on top, that's it. There's nothing to say. Say if he were to stay, it opens up a window of like, what if he doesn't perform for the next 5 years? He doesn't take them to any championships or even to a finals again. So there's that. It's just a prevention direction. Um, Second is that the team is older, and a lot of people, I would say even maybe the majority of people, don't believe they would have won if it weren't for the Warriors' injuries. So maybe Kawhi looks at the team, and even with who they have now, even if the majority of those guys were to stay, maybe he might be thinking, you know what, great team, but it's not enough to win another championship against a healthy opponent. So maybe that's another reason why I believe he should leave or could leave, is because hey man, like you're trying to win. The point, I mean, for most players or for some players, is to win a championship.
Yep.
And if that's his focus, if that's his sole main purpose, then maybe staying in Toronto isn't the best chance. And then lastly is just another reason why he should leave is livelihood and lifestyle. Like part of it is like you said, he has the cold, the weather, and then also like Lou Williams pointed out the other day, like it's just when you're in Toronto, you're just facing a lot of lifestyle changes, from like something as simple as the channels that's available to you, to like maybe even certain language barriers. Like they all speak English, but like a lot of them speak French, and maybe there might be difference in English, and just not more so the language barrier, but the cultural barrier. So just different, there's uh different cultural differences that he might not get accustomed to, especially he's only been there for a year. So all these things, if you maybe he is happier just being back home in sunny California, or maybe just somewhere else where there's better weather than Toronto, somewhere more anywhere else that's out west or down south.
Miami.
I was thinking that maybe Miami. Um, or he could also build his legacy in another team like New York. If they were to go after him, they got the max slot. But yeah, that's my reasons why he should leave Canada, if you were to look at the pros and cons. And honestly, there's a lot of pros to him, whether he stays in Toronto or whether he leaves Toronto. So it's like either or. Honestly, I don't see him making a mistake, because like honestly, there doesn't seem to be any kind of room for mistake. Like stay or go, like you're pretty much good to go.